Hello everyone, today I'm going to be trying local kitchens for the first time. Local kitchens reminds me of a food court minus the big brand chains replaced with local chains and local restaurants in the area. Today I'm going to be checking out the local kitchens in Cupertino. They have a couple of chains that I'm familiar with. They even have a location at Dumpling Time there, which I went to in a previous video, but there's also a lot of chains there that I've never tried before. I'm back from local kitchens now, and I'm gonna be honest, some of the food looks pretty sad, however, some of it does look pretty promising. I'm gonna start off with one of the sad items. I got the braised beef taco from Tacolicious, and it was $6. I'm not gonna lie, these $6 tacos are making me kinda angry, because I recently went to Tacos El Compa, and I got tacos there for $3.25 each, and I'm not even kidding, they were 5 times the size of these tacos. So far, this is not a great start to local kitchens. After all, this $6 taco was one of the most popular items at local kitchens, and it's just bland and flavorless, and it's one of the worst tacos I've ever had, and that says a lot. The tortilla itself is really thin, and it's on a hard and leathery side. It's not soft, it's not crunchy, it's just not really much of anything, and it definitely has no corn flavor at all, and the meat is dry and overcooked, kinda stringy, and again, has no flavor. It tastes like there's no salt. It's basically like a salt-free taco. Not to mention, you do have the crunch from the onions. That's about all I'm really tasting. And I drenched it in lime, and it really didn't help it at all. Now moving up one tier, possibly from the taco, I ordered the chicken lumpia from the Lumpia company, and this was $13, and I averaged it out. It's around $1.62 per lumpia, and these are pretty small. They're like a size of a large finger. These chicken lumpia are definitely a step above the taco. The texture is pretty nice. You have a light, soft, and crispy outer layer, basically the shell of the lumpia, and the inner filling is chicken. It's not dry at all, not like the beef, and it's mixed with a little bit of cabbage, and it's pretty flavorful. Despite the fact that these lumpia taste pretty good, they're not the best lumpia I've ever had, and they're also not the best price lumpia I've had. They're quite on a pricey side, so it's definitely not one of the best items at local kitchens in Cupertino. Now I'm going to be trying the chicken shawarma I got at Saj, and this actually looks pretty good. There's some chicken in there, as well as garbanzo beans and eggplant. Again, it's not the biggest size, but still, it looks pretty tasty. It's $14, so I hope this is good. This chicken shawarma is pretty good. I like the outside, it's a nice thin flatbread. However, I would prefer it if it was wrapped in a big fluffy pita, but the filling is where it really counts. You have juicy fresh tomatoes, chunks of chicken flavored intensely with cumin, so it's nice and flavorful and juicy. Not to mention you have garbanzo beans and just big juicy chunks of eggplant to round it off. This is pretty solid. Next, I'm going to be trying the Paneer Masala Burrito from Curry Up Now, and this is actually my second choice because I wanted to try the chicken tikka masala burrito, however they were all sold out of chicken today. Paneer is a soft Indian cheese, and they charge $13 for this burrito, which is the same price as the chicken tikka masala burrito, so I feel a little bit ripped off there, just because I feel like cheese is cheaper than chicken, but I'm sure this is going to be delicious. It looks nice and spicy and full of red curry and garbanzo beans and paneer and rice, so this should be a pretty good bite right here. After eating this burrito, I definitely feel like this is worth the price. It is stuffed full of rice. It's so nice and spicy. You have a rich, spicy, intense curry flavor. It's a little bit tangy, and it's very well balanced, and it's stuffed full of paneer as well, and the texture is really interesting. It basically has the texture of chicken, a little bit less stringy in fact, and the flavor is really close to chicken. It almost has a meaty flavor, but the way you know it's not meat is you know it's cheese at the end because you have a slight mild dairy finish. But seriously, this is pretty good. Definitely worth the value. Now for the pork sisig from Señor Sisig, and this was $12, so actually this is a decent price. However, I'm a little bit disappointed because I can already tell from the sisig that it's not super traditional. It just looks like pieces of pork mixed with jalapeno and some raw onions, and normally pork sisig is made with pork face, so it usually uses the snout and the ears as well as pork belly, and this is lacking both of those. This pork sisig is fantastic, a great value. It's a nice large portion. It's definitely enough to fill me up by eating this in one sitting. The pork itself is a little bit dry, but it's helped on by all the flavors of the dish. I love the crunchy and juicy onions. They add a nice flavor to the meat. They complement it very well. And I like the jalapenos. They're nice and small, almost like the size of chopped up jalapenos in salsa. So it's not too much, just a little bit of heat to bring on to go with the meat. And I love the fact that they add vinegar in here. That's very traditional, very classic flavors of Filipino food, pork and vinegar, and they just pair together so nicely because the vinegar cuts through the fattiness of the dish. I also got the Ube Orchata from Señor Sisig, and I'm looking forward to this because I love ube, which is purple yam. That is so light and refreshing. It's cold and chilled, and you really do taste the ube. It's a nice mild flavor, but I'm surprised how well it pairs with the cinnamon that's in the horchata. This is a nice drink, especially to complement the sisig. Finally, the last item I'm going to be trying from local kitchens is the fiery chicken burrito from Sushi Rito. This is a giant sushi roll filled with spicy chicken karaage, and there's some jalapenos in there as well as wasabi. So this is going to be on the hot side, but in a good way. Despite the name, there's no reason to be afraid of the fiery chicken burrito. You have the soft and chewy rice on the outside, and on the inside you have chicken karaage, which is fried chicken, but it doesn't taste spicy at all. And you just have a tiny bit of heat from sliced up jalapenos, and they're thinly sliced, so not too overwhelming. And you also have a nice spread of avocado, which adds a nice creaminess, and I'm surprised because it hasn't turned brown yet. It's this nice vibrant green color. And I also like that there's little pieces of fried sweet potatoes in there. It's like sliced fried sweet potatoes, so it's just like sweet potato chips. This giant sushi roll is pretty unique. It's quite unlike any sushi roll you've ever had before. I also forgot to mention the price, and the fiery chicken burrito is only $14, which is a great price because it's filled with fried chicken. There's so much meat in this burrito. I found that Local Kitchens is a great place if you want to try a lot of different foods. They have a wide variety of cuisines and a wide variety of dishes, so it's definitely worth a try if you have a large family and you want to get a whole bunch of different items. Some of my favorite items that I tried were the fiery chicken from Sushi Rito, the Paneer Burrito from Curry Up Now, and the pork sisig from Señor Sisig. Also, the chicken shawarma I had from Saj was pretty good, however it wasn't the best price, and especially the lumpia weren't a great value either. They were pretty tasty, but again, not the best lumpia, but decent, but not for really a decent price. And also, we can't forget about the taco, which is kind of burned into my memory forever. It was one of the worst tacos I ever had, but that wasn't really my main problem with it. My main problem with it was the price, just because it was so small. I have never seen anything that overpriced before. If you're looking to check out a Local Kitchens, definitely be warned. You definitely want to get something that's somewhat of a decent value, so I'd recommend getting some sort of wrap or sandwich or larger item, because I have a feeling those are going to be the ones that are a little bit on the larger side and definitely more fairly priced. Anyways, I really hope you all enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.